Oldies&Goodies here. Good afternoon, or actually it's good evening. It's 6:20 p.m. here in sunny, frozen New York tundra, Fulton, New York. Anyways, I've been trying to do this for 2 weeks now to actually work on pennies. I've been backlogged with doing videos and watching people's videos. I've taken a lot of time doing these. Now that I can do live streams, I've late nights and early morning, 3 a.m. and Eastern time to 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning or whenever I feel like ending it. And I've had a lot of fun. Well, this here was for Ty's coins. He wants to know, or whatever. I kind of gave him a comment about, that was kind of like, a decent box that he did of pennies, but nowhere compared to average for what I get. And I could look it up. I don't know where, what state he's in or where he's at. But I was like, yeah, I get a lot more than that here in New York as far as pennies. Now, I don't much care for wrapped, customer wrapped rolls. I'd rather have a bank roll, something about it. It's just like I find more stuff, or sometimes I find just as much in the customer wrapped rolls too. But I picked up a $25 box, and this is the box that they gave me at the bank because I guess they don't save their penny boxes. So they went in and we're having a variety pack here. Well, the variety of the types of rolls that we have, and I've already opened 2 rows on this was the first row on one of the live streams. Okay, that's the style wrapper there was. That's one of my type of wrappers. And this is the second row. The second row I ended up with a wheat penny. The first row I ended up with 2009. And then we have this style row. There's only 3 of these. So those were 1 and 1. And there's 3 of these style rows from a customer. And then there's 5 of these style rows to go through. So I'm going to go through these 3, and and then I'm going to pause the camera, show what I found out of these 3 rows, and then I'm going to do these 5 rows, okay, and then pause the camera and show you what I found. Then we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 of these style rows, those those customer wrap rows. And we got a whole bunch of those. Now, these are what the banks hand out. Well, at least I know my bank does. If you ask for penny rolls, these are what they give you. So it all depends upon what bank they go and where they drop it off. But I'm hoping, being all customer wrap rolls. I did a video before. It was like half and half. They only had 12 or 13, 14 customer rolls, and they had like 15 or anyways, whatever it came out to, regular bank wrap rolls. So let me show you what I found in the first 2. There's a wheat penny. And these coins are nasty. I should put gloves on, but I'm not going to. See if I can get it to focus. Oh. And bring it back in. Nope. Anyways, I plan on getting another camera. This won't focus. All right, I'm going to have to look at the date. It's a 1945 wheat penny. That came out of the second row, and this is a 2009 early years. And I save them all, even if they're kind of like this one's probably should go back to the bank because it's been in circulation and it's got crap on it. But being that 2009 is, you know, lower vintages, that's what you want to actually, you want to keep them, hoard them, whatever, that's what people do. And then over here, these are the brand uncirculated, or I would say some if you look at how nice this is, 1963. I save up, you know, I don't keep the zinc. Unless I need a D, I need a Denver, a couple Denvers to fill my book in the shield sense and stuff. But otherwise, I don't keep the zinc because in 100 years, they're going to corrode to nothing anyways. I don't care if you put them in an airtight or not. They've already been out in circulation, not, you know, from the mint. That's a 68. Real nice shape. I already looked through the, because as I go, I look for, am I missing one? Hold on. Which one was this? All right, I lost. There's three of them. 63, 64, and then 68. Yep, there you go. Camera does focus, but it takes a second. And then I found a Canadian penny in one row, and I found a Canadian penny in the other row. I don't know which dates they are. But at the end, I'm going to do a recap. So if you want to skip all the way through this crap, be my guest. And I'll show you the recap of all the rows. That's a 1976 and a 1990. Queen Elizabeth crowned. And then they come up with the old figure, how old she is now. And also right now, I don't have any. I had a couple rows of 2017 Ps, but I did sell them. So I'm going to save all the ones that are still worthy of uncirculated BU. And then these are the 2018. So I save them till I get a couple rows of them, at least, you know, for the most part. They're not valuable. Even the 2017 P, everybody's hoarding them, but they made a lot of them. So that's where I'm going with that. And then, like I said, I'm going to start on these three rows, and I'm going to stop the video, pause it, and, or actually, I'm going to pause it here, and I'm going to come back after I do the three rows and show you what I found there. All this other stuff here won't be on the table till the very end, but those are the first two rows. Not too shabby. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 coins out of 100 coins. So 10%, I'm doing really good so far. 10%. So let's get with the program. And these pennies are nasty. As you can see, my fingers are already getting disgusting. And I should put gloves on, but I'm not going to. They're already circulated. All right, give me a second. Let me go through these rows, and you know what? Let me just move it along. Move these off to the side, and I'm going to do these three rows live. There you go. Yeah, I'm going to do these three rows live. Those three, and that way you can. It's only three rows. I don't want to make a super long video, but let me get this opened. I cut all my nails, so I don't have any fingernails left to pry stuff open. Now, of course, when I'm done, and I'll go through the errors and stuff. When I'm done, I'll show you what I come out with. I'm hoping to have a couple errors. Usually I get one or two in a box, whether it's an error or a variety. So I'm going to move this to the side so I can see what's going on. And get my little scopy thing here, my little jeweler's loop. And the other thing I look for, of course, is white AMs. And a lot of these, like 1988D, is supposed to have a double ear. Well, so-called double ear. Also, the FG is the newer FG. It's got the I can't tell you what it is, but there's a 2017 P right there, nice and shiny, still untouched, kind of, sort of. Who knows? But we're gonna put that over here. 87, 83 now. There's copper 83 out there, which is, you know, from, what do you call it? Well, when they changed from 82, they changed from copper to zinc. Supposedly there's some 83s out there. That's zinc. I can tell you that all day long. I have a scale. We can check it out right now. And I don't know how many 83s I've gone through and checked, and still end up being zinc. But just for shits and giggles, there you go. I think you see it a little bit. You take the 83. Let's see. Where are we? I see a Canadian already. That's a nasty 2017. That's a 2012. Where'd the 83 go? I lost it. Right there. Yep. 1983. So if this weighs 2.5, it's just regular zinc. And it's 2.49. So just so you can see the screen, a zinc penny weighs 2.5 average, and that's 2.49. All right. If it was copper, it'd be like 3.1. Get these out of the way. So being that it's zinc, now 83 also has double dyes on it. So I'm going to put this aside, and when I go through the coins and actually really look for them, I look for the double dyes and stuff like that. And this is really nasty. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that nasty? 2016, 2014. Now here's a Canadian. So we got two coins so far. 1989. And you can see it. Here, Elizabeth. Move my scale out of the way. Yeah, everybody should have a scale, because look at that one. That one looks like it's been soaking in soda or salt water or whatever, but it's already freaking losing its integrity. 87. There's a 99. Now that's really nice shape for a zinc penny, but we're looking for the white AM on the 98, 99, and 2000 model. I haven't found a 98, 99 yet, but I have found 3 2000 white AMs. And that's like a proof strike that they made a mistake at. And we'll look here, and it's a close AM. No, you're not going to be able to see it. Anyway, that's a close AM, so there's no sense of keeping that. Like I said, if it's a real nice copper model, I mean red, mostly red, I'll keep it. That 17P was no good. There's another 99. And that's a close AM, which is a normal business strike. 1990. There's an error somewhere there on the 90, I think. 1984. Here's an 82. Same thing with it. Same thing with the 82s. Now I can already tell this is zinc, and it's a small date zinc. What we need is a small date with a D, okay, and made of copper, 3.1. Hell yeah, that's gonna be. I'll have a big check coming to me. That's if I sell it. 2015, nothing. 85D, 93. Put that over there. The 82 large date has a double die obverse also. And the book I use to do the newer memorials and et cetera, is Strike It Rich from Ken Potter book. You sell it on Amazon. And what's really nice, what the heck happened to that? Look at that penny. They don't even look like a penny. Nasty. Even my Melody Titan, you know, the zincs come out like half a coin. So it's not the greatest. 2016. Here's a 92. And here's a 99. The 92, we're looking for the close date. You know, close AM. Not the close date, close AMs. And here's a 99, we're looking for a wide AM. And this year, I can't remember which channels, found D's. Wow, whatever. No, I don't know. Oh, it's a 92. Okay, it's a wide AM, and this 99 is supposed to be this 99 is supposed to be a close date, and this close AM, and that's what it is. So I don't see any wheat pennies in it. So we did get a Canadian. We did get a nice 2017 feed, but I'm only worried about getting 1 or 2 rows back while they're still in decent shape. But 2002, 2013, I don't know if you guys are seeing this or not. Let me turn it so you can actually see it while I'm putting my fingers down. I apologize if I'm not, but that was it for that. That one row. So I got a 1983 to look at, just to see if there's because there's a 1983, because there's either double die obverse or double die reverse. Also, they have rotated dies, where when you flip the coin, it's not even up and down. It's kind of front or back, or turned sideways or off by a little bit. So let's get into this other world. And at least, you get a little bit of, the beginning of the thing. And then, like I said, if you want to go to the end, that's fine. Because when it's all said and done, I'll have it all set out. And pennies are boring. I mean, you can make some money off them doing, searching through pennies. There's a Canadian already. I already seen a Canadian there, right there. I think that's Canadian. It is really crusty. I think I'm gonna throw that back. The Canadians are they no longer make, as of 2012. They're no longer legal tender. So in the long run, you really want to get all the BU coins you can of the Canadian. And this is crappy. If you look at it, yeah, it's corroded, it's green, it's rotting away, whatever. And that's what copper does. But hey, I'm just gonna put it over there in the pile with the Canadians. That way, because I said I'd show how many Canadians I actually get too out of these rows. So we'll count that, but I'm probably going to throw it back to the bank, as I always do. Alrighty. Get this out of the way and let's try to get a look at it. Doesn't look like anything in this row either, except for the Canadian so far, but let's go through. It's P, but it's not really in good shape. It's got marks and spots and everything all over it. 2014. And as far as scoring, I don't score to 17 and 18. It's a score if you can get them. There's a 98. 98's the other one with the close AM. I'm sorry, wide AM. And that's a close AM. Look at that zinc penny. And what year is that? It's a 16, and look, it's already crappy. This one's, no reason to look at that one either. Crappy. There's another 98. Very brown. And that's close AM. 96. 14. Like I said, there's some D's. I need some D's to finish up. There's a 2000. Well, there's a 75. That's not too bad. It's not brain uncirculated or anything like that, but at least it's like an AU coin. So we'll keep that. It's better than brown and gart and have crap all over it, like this 2000 does. And it's not a white AM, so it's not hurting my feelings. 96, 2005, another 2000, close AM, no good. Let's see. Look how corroded that is. It is a copper, I think. Yeah, it's a copper, just pretty bad shape. 1989. 89 also has a problem with DFG as far as proof strike. 98D. Okay, we're looking for white AM. Oh, close AM. 85D. All right, we do have another Canadian, so yeah, I didn't see that. So that's a. Oh wow. 1983. So we're up 3 Canadians now. Here's an 82. It's a large date. And just quickly look to see if there's a double dialburst or, yeah. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that, but it's damaged. Post-mint damage, real bad. 2016. So far, no luck on the wheat pennies, just the one. And this is a close AM. Nope. 94, 2004. 2004's got bright air varieties, but I have searched so many of them, and I can't tell what a frickin' air variety, double air variety looks like. 16. See, isn't this getting boring already? You guys are watching somebody do penny rolls. So what you need to do a time lapse, or just show, an idea of what you went through the beginning of the box, and then show off your thing. Try to keep it under, 10 minutes, because I know my attention span for some videos are, unless it's metal detecting, and my attention span is like 10 minutes. And this is a real nice 2017 too. And I don't see any scratches on it. Of course, all the stupid blotching, the chemical. No, we'll keep 2017. Like I said, we're looking for the best of best. There's a 98. And that is a close AM. 87, 16. Now I put some light on the subject, but I still can't really show you. All right, there's that row. One more row, and then I'm gonna go to the 5 rows, and I will come back and show you what I found in the 5 rows. So far, only 1 wheat penny. And my average for a box here where I'm at is 12 to 18 wheat pennies. Anywhere from 16 to 24 Canadians. And we're up to 3 Canadians right now. And we're on what, like the 5th row from the box, from the customer wrap. And here's the other thing, 2019s are coming out. So if anybody wants to get into coin roll hunting before those 2019s come out, because what's going to happen is you're going to get a box of uncirculated pennies that, well, which could be a good thing because if you go through them and check every coin for errors, and you can find a new variety or a new error from doing that. That's cool too, but you know, getting a whole box of 2019 is crazy. Look at these crappy ass coins. Those are dirty ass coins. Excuse my language. Now here's a copper penny, but let's see what it is. It's a 62. It's all green. Copper turns green. Copper deposits are green. You know, when you're mining and stuff like that. Copper tends to be with gold also. Silver, gold, you're doing mining. At least from what I told. That's at 17p, but it's not worthy of, you know, bringing uncirculated. We know that one I'm not touching. Look at that. Well, I touched it, but I ain't doing nothing with it. So far I don't see anything. That one I don't even want to look at. You know, I figured, usually I get a lot of, like 10 or 12 2009s up to 20. There's a Canadian. Since I live in New York, and I'm really close to, it's 2007 Canadian penny. It probably picks up with a magnet, if I'm not mistaken. Now, it's a nice 17p, but you get a little jeweler's loop on it, you can tell there's scuff marks and damage and all that. So it's not worth, even though it's only, there's an 80, no, that's 89. Skip that, 2006, 85D, 85, 2016, 2006. Put these over. Now, like I said, there's little errors in just about every single coin that has been minted, whether they're worth a lot of money. Here's a nice 2017p. Keep that for the collection. 2012, 2015, 86, 2002, 2005. And being that I'm on the East, there's another Canadian. Another thing that probably sticks up to the steel. A dirty, disgusting penny. Get rid of that. 91, 15, 93D, 86, 14, 1990. So I'll show you the Canadian here in a second. 2001, 96. Boom. All right. What's the Canadian? To 2004 model. See, there's 5 already in 5 rows. So 10% of the row is Canadian, and then we're at a low on the wheat pennies. And this is the last one I'm going to be showing, because then I'm going to shut you guys off and pause it. Those are 2000 dirty. And nope, no white AM. 93, 94. So this is what we got out of those rows. We got, actually, I'm sorry, we got more than that. I got 7 Canadian pennies so far. That's a decent uncirculated copper coin. 2017. What's this? Oh, this is the 83. I'm going to check. I already checked the weight. It's a zinc, but here, let me see if we can see if there's any doubling on it. You know, I'm getting the scope. Gratitude to EVG Hobbies. Part of the equipment that I need to make my channel better. And we could actually look at these coins under the scope when I get it. And of course, right now I'm not using OBS to do this programming, but I'm going to start learning how to use OBS a little bit more. So, Oldies, yeah, that's me. Hello, hello, hello. I'm going to go through these 5 rows, and I'll come back to you and show you what I found of those 5 rows. And then we'll get to the bigger rows, and I'll go through all these and show you what I found in them. And then after I go, show the finds in that, then I'm going to go through there and show you them. And then I'm going to show you the overall actual finds, recap. So hold on. See you in a bit. Thank you. All right. Always back. Where I did those 5 rows. And let me bring them down to you. 3 wheat pennies out of the 5 rows. A 53S, 44, and a real nice 45S. I got a couple nice San Francisco's, which I don't usually get. But this one's brown red, whatever condition. Probably very fine. Looking at the weeds and stuff. So there's that. And we ended up 2 Canadians. One's a George VI, 1952, and a Queen Elizabeth, 1861. And that's out of the 5 rows. And then we ended up with, we got some layer that's up. There we go. We'll get that back a little bit. There we go. Anyways, we got a 2 log cabins, early years. Then we got a 2 presidentials. And then we got formative years. We got 5 2009s. And then a real nice 60D. Let's see if it's a small date. Oh, that's a large date, 60D. And I'm not going to move these pennies, but there's 10 2017 Ps, the best of the best. Like I said, once I get about 2 rows of them, then I'll stop looking for them or bother with them. And then 2 2018s. And I got lucky because I don't get very many Denver coins. And I gave my Denvers away, well, not all of them, but the shield Denvers to fill a book for somebody else out that I made a collection for with the pennies that I had. I took them out of my collection. So now I'm just putting them back in. There's a 2015D. Now there's no spot for them, but what I'll do is I'll put that in a flip, and then the 2013D, this one, will go right in my book. It's got a little spot there, but for the time being, it'll fill the hole unless I find something more brilliant circulated. By the time he gets here, you know, the Denvers, they're already pretty much garbage. So I'll get back to you. We're going to do those 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 rows of those these red ones right here, 11 rows. So I'll get back to you as soon as I get them all done up, and I'll show you what I found. Thanks. Okay, I'm back. 11 rows. These were the worst rows I've ever seen in my life. They're like dryer coins, like they got it out of a laundromat, out of the dryer, and you can tell by the discoloration. Well, we got a, what do you call it, educational year or whatever, and then you got sitting on the Lincoln log, 2009s. Then we got 3-week pennies. Like I said, they're nasty. This is a 1941D, a 1958D, and a 1942. Like I said, I don't know. They must have put that in an ashtray or something. And then Canadians, I'm not even going to tell you the dates because these are all going to go back after I'm done with the video. But, you know, they're Queen Elizabeth, so there's nothing important about them. But there's 5 Canadians out of 11 rows. And these are the best ones out of the bunch. These are reds, 1976, a real nice 1963. This is kind of like, these are kind of like brown red, or red brown, whatever, 1970. And that is a, oh, it looks like a small date. And 72. But I like I said, I keep the best looking coins for the rows, and then I keep the best of the best. The closer to the BU, the better, or almost uncirculated. These are the 17 Ds. So far, the best of the best, and then you got a 2018. So that's all I got out of the 11 rows. Not too good, but I've got all these rows over here to do next, and when I'm done with them, I'll show you what I got, and then we'll do a recap of everything I pulled out of the pennies. And of course, some of them are going back because they're really crappy. So bear with me. We'll get through this. I'll see you in a second, I guess, or whatever. I'll see you in a few bit. Okay. Oldies and Goodies back. We're going to go over what I got here. 2009s. This is out of those rows. They were all customer wrapped rows. And we'll go over each one. See if I can get rid of the shine. Let's see what happens when I get rid of that. That doesn't help. All right, let's bring it over here. We'll do it this way. There we go. All right, pick it over. I didn't separate them yet. I just got what I got. All right. Moving around a little bit. More Kevin. Kevin. Kevin, and Mark Kevin, and the capital. And the capital. Okay. Well, here we go. Out of all those rows that were customer wrap rows, last time we ended our calls for the next thing, we ended up with, I got this, there you go, that looks better. Or does it? Anyways, 4 log cabins, early years. And then we got 2 sitting on the Lincoln. I didn't look for errors or anything. But that's what we got. You know, you're supposed to have an extra finger or something, whatever. And then you got the, oh, what do you want to call it? Going to college, learning the thing. And then one presidential. My bad. My brain's not working. I'm tired. Just want to get these done. These are pretty good looking coins. So 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 2009. Canadian is nothing much to talk about, but 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Okay. No King George VI or the 5th or anything like that. So, and some of them are pretty cruddy. So that one's probably going to go back. Where is it? That one's probably going to go back. That one's probably going to go back to the bank. This one will probably go to the back, back to the bank. And I might keep these other ones. But yeah, I try to keep the Canadian. I try to keep all the uncirculated Brant or even extra fine, but mostly red. I try to keep the red. I'm not into saving copper anymore. I cashed in a whole crap load. I had like $10 in Canadian coins. They were all copper, but I ended up finally taking them to the bank because I need them. That was last year. So Canadians, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 there. This is out of those last rows. I didn't do too great on wheat pennies, but I think I hit my 12. There's 8 right there, and I'm pretty sure I got like 4 more or so. Usually a box of pennies that I get are usually wheat pennies. So we'll look at the dates, or I'll tell you the dates, and then when I get done with this segment, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to do a wrap up. And 51D, 41, there's a 36, excuse me, 46, 45D. Now, I didn't look on the wheat pennies for errors or problems with the, BIE errors and all that. That's something I'll do when I get a full roll of wheat pennies. Okay. Now over here, I'm not going to move these. These are the best of the best. I mean, there's some brown reds, red brown, brown red, whatever. And then you got some uncirculated, really nice shape. But like this one right here, we'll look at the date. That's a 1963. That's almost a Brant or almost uncirculated coin. And depending upon if there's anything wrong with the fields. These are the coins that I saved. Anything copper. All right, this one is a 1979. It's not too old, but you don't have Brant uncirculated or uncirculated, almost uncirculated coins coming out of the banks anymore from those years. So somebody's been saving them up and finally opened a piggy bank. And there's a 72. I didn't look for any errors there. 72, there's like 20,000 errors, whether it be double diobverse or whatever. Here's another one. Putting that over. And I'm not really very much touching this stuff, but we'll go in there and look at that. 1960D. Is that a small date or a large date? Hold on, I gotta look. That's a large date. Okay. Well, it's a large date, but look how nice that, pretty that, I mean, it's got a little bit of the feels, but recently been thrown back into the bank. Somebody dumped their piggy bank. And like I said, even these right here, like this here shows a little promising sign of being, oh wait, that's a wheat penny. Hold on, we got another wheat penny here. I put in the wrong pile. 51D. Okay. So we got 8 wheat pennies out of all those other rows. And what's this one? This one's like a brown, red, brown, whatever. 1966. Let me put it up a little bit. Yep, 1966. And you see the toning. I do have one coin that's really toning, but I don't care for toning. But if it's still brown red or not, that's what I'm going to use. Like I said, when I'm done, I'm going to do a recap of the whole box. Now all those were pretty shiny. They're all shield cents. Mostly 2017 Philadelphia, with the P mint mark. And a little while ago, I needed some money, so I cashed in my bank uncirculated rolls of 2017 because I really needed that buck or two, whatever I had. It's only saved like 1 or 2 rows of each year as bringing uncirculated. Now, I haven't searched through these 2017s for errors, and there is errors. There's double die Alberts, there's die chips. There's a lot of errors on a 2017 P Philadelphia with a P mint mark. So, and then there's some real nice 2014s. Now I save them until I get a couple, 1 or 2 rows, and then I'm done searching for them. So I had to pull them out. So as you see, there's a lot of pennies I pulled out of this one box. And those are the new 2018s. This one doesn't look too healthy. But that's all the 2018s I've gotten this year. I think I got like 4 or 5 more. And I haven't really been searching the boxes. I haven't been getting boxes. And it takes me a long time. It has been 2+ weeks to actually work this box, because I do search for errors and stuff. There's just a couple of these massive things. So now I got a row. I'll probably search all the 2000 P's and B's, or whatever, mostly P's, and look for errors. And then I got this one. This one you guys will like because it's an error. And I did search as I was going through certain key dates, but let's get it down so you can actually see it. Let me turn the light on, this light on, and let's see if we can get something out of it. Probably not. Hold on, let me move it over here and see if we get in more light. Okay, on the 1969 Ds, normally you got no FG. The FG is there. Any visible mark of the FG, meaning it's not an error. As long as you got something showing, it's not considered no FG. But the polishing of the dies took away the FG, and so there's a lot of 1969 Ds out there that have no FG on it. Is the initials of the designer. But on this, if I can actually get you to see this, this is where my scope's going to come in handy. And I'm going to be purchasing here. Okay, it's a floating roof. There is no That top roof of that memorial building is not connected to the bottom part of that building. It's called a floating roof. It's not worth a lot of money, but I didn't search for all these minor defects of a coin. I didn't look for, what do you call them? Die chips. I didn't bother looking for die chips on these coins. I'm just, pennies are getting boring to me. But the thing is, 2009, okay, let's go over 2009. They're low mintage coins, especially the presidential one right there, the one where they're building that for Lincoln, Lincoln years. 3 pennies worth a couple pennies, but 40s and 50s. Canadians, pennies they don't make anymore. But I'm not going to save the crap, and I don't plan on giving anybody crap. So if it's crap, it goes back into the circulation. But where I live in New York, and I got a lot more. See those pennies down there? Those are from the original rolls, and when I do my recap. I'm trying not to make this super long. These pennies here, like I said, they don't make it anymore. So if you can pull some really nice coins, very fine, and up out of a penny box, it's worth keeping. Copper. Now, zinc pennies, anything from 1982, after, that's all zinc. Copper coated coins like these right here. These, the minute you touch them, you've already ruined the coin for the most part. But these are the best of the whole box. And when I get done, I'm going to go through them one more time, shine my light, and figure out if I'm going to keep all these. This will be one row. I still have to make one more row because I keep about $1 worth of each year. Same with the 16s and the 14s and 15s. If they come out of the box nice. Now, another thing is I didn't show you, but I was able to put 2 pennies in my book that I gave to another channel to help build his collection of pennies. There were shield pennies. And it's hard for the East Coast to get D pennies because I said it before. When you buy in time, you get a Denver Mint coin. It's already been touched and disgraced and everything else. And by the time it gets to the East Coast, it's already dark black or corroding. So when I can find a nice D penny, and I found some nice 2016 Ds, I think 1 or 2 17 Ds, I'm going to keep them because I can't get them, just like the S Mint marks. Of course, all the S Mint marks now are just proof coins. And of course, you got those are the new 2018. I think I might have a couple D's in there, but because I live on the East Coast, Philadelphia is what it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to get it all set up. And then hopefully this video is not longer than 15 minutes, but I guess it probably will be. But just to give you an idea how I search through pennies. And I search for the errors as I'm going through the pennies because I know what the more valuable coins are for errors and varieties. And then if I really go back to the way I used to do it, I used to collect year by year. And when I got a whole row of 1 year, it didn't matter if they were brown, red, or BU, I'd go through them and look for errors. It's a lot easier to search by year. And then, of course, if known errors and known varieties, and you can go through them a lot quicker instead of just trying to go to the box. So it takes me a couple weeks, and depending on how bored I am, to go through one box of pennies. Everybody, the people that I see coin hunting, boom, 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 boom. Okay, there's only like 8 wheat pennies in the box. Or, oh my God, I found a buffalo. You know, what I'm saying is there's more to coin roll hunting than just going for stupid dates like, oh, let's get back over here. Wheat pennies are in the 40s and 50s. They got 130s in there. Yeah, they're worth collecting. But the value in the coin is in the condition of the coin, and the errors and varieties. Just one penny. Let's say this one right here, 1963, has an error on it, which it doesn't. 63 doesn't have any errors as far as I know. There might be, there might be errors, no varieties. A variety is considered something that they made a lot of the same mistake from the mint. And errors that just happen frequently, like lamination peel, die chips. It's not, you know, those are considered errors. And this penny, let's just say it had an error on it, or it had a BIE error. Let's say it had a you know, die chip in the between the B and the E. That's worth at least $1. And the better the condition, it might be worth $4 or $5 to a penny. Those wheat pennies, these ugly ones, they're worth 2 or 3 cents a piece. 5 cents at some freaking sites if you want to pay for that much. 5 cents a freaking wheat penny. But these are that's what you got to look for. What is what you want to collect? And then the other thing is about collecting errors is trying, if you're going to flip them, then you got to try to sell them. And you either got to, you know, for, let's say, a raw coin like this, and you put it on eBay, you might only get $1 for it. But if it was worth grading, you might get $10 or $20 for it, or $5 for it. But it costs you $30 to have it slabbed or graded, or as well as attribution. So, oldies and goodies. I'll be right back with you. I'm going to pause the video, and then I'm going to show you what I come up with. Oh, for the whole box. And this is for Ty's coin to show you. I didn't do very well on the wheat pennies. I actually did a little less on the Canadian pennies, but of course, 2012 they ended it. So, and a lot of other people, is getting into coin rolling. So, which is great. The hobby will keep on going. All right, oldies, I'll be right back. Oldies and goodies here, back with the final recap. The box was pretty good. I didn't get as many wheat pennies as I was hoping for, but it was a good amount. And see over here to the left, early years, formative years, professional year, presidential. 2009's presidential is the more lower vintages of that year, and then there's errors in the 2009 formative years, the extra finger or thumb or whatever. Like the finger I just put out there, extra finger. We got 2, 4, 6, 7 early years, the formative years. You see, they're not too shabby. Throw them out while you can, because they're, like I said, they may never be worth a lot of money, but they're lower vintages. So who knows? 100 years from now, they might be actually worth something. But hey, just for being a coin collector, pull up the things that might be worth something down the road. 2017 Ps. I don't get very many, and it is now 2019. And I mentioned usually I keep about 2 rows of each year that comes out. The D's are hard to come by because I live on the East Coast, New York area, you know. I managed to scrape out 56 more. And like I said, I spent a couple rolls. I needed some money. So I tried to pick out the best uncirculated BU type coins out of, but that's all that came out of the box is 56. And then you got 2018s, and we're in 2019, and I barely get 2018s. I got lucky and got 3 2018. Oh no, those are 18 P's also. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13 2018 P's. Canada, I always get a lot of them since they don't accept Canadian pennies in Canada anymore. It's even gotten worse. People are dumping them in American change. You watch Liz's stream tonight with Little Pirate Girl. They went to a box and Liz got like 46 or something like that, 36, quite a bit of Canadian pennies. I got one King George VI. That's considered like a weak penny for Canada. And it's not too bad shape. And over here is the wheat pennies. I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. Usually average of 12, but I was hoping for like 16. That's usually a good box. This is like an average box. 36, 45D, 41, 42S, 40. See, I can't see it. Oh, I'm sorry. That's a. What is that? Hold on, let me look. Scope. I guess I scribbled on it. I can't see it now. Oh, it's a 45S. Yeah, that's what my writing is. I just can't read it. So 36, 45D, 41, 42, 45S, 46, 44, 51. There's 2 44Ds, 2 51Ds, 45, and a 53S, 58D. So I did get 2 San Francisco mints out of them, and I said, you don't get too many San Francisco mints. And those are all my uncirculated coppers, from anywhere from 1959 to 1982. So I try to get the best specimens out of the box. And I save them for people that need them. Or if I decide to start another book, I'll have some nice coins to put in them. They're mostly red and a few red browns. And then the 2016 Ds, got 2 of them in decent shape. 2017 Ds, got 3 of them. Like I said, by the time the D's get over to the East Coast, normally they're really, gooey or crappy or tarnished from, being touched. But I know the East Coast gets all these or the West Coast gets these all the time, where we only get the P's, and then darn attrition to the things. This is kind of like the best find of them all. It's not a valuable coin. It's a 19. Let me see if I can get it up there. It's a 1969D, and it is a floating roof. Sorry, stay down. Anyways, what it is over polishing of the dies, and the pillars that are supposed to hold the top part up are missing because they over polish the dies. A lot of these 1969Ds, you'll find that there won't be no FG whatsoever. In order for it to be a no FG, it can't have any any FG part, pieces showing. So, but this has an FG. It's just the floating roof, and it's from over polishing dies. It's not very valuable, but it's still an error. I did go through for all the errors. That's what takes me a week or two, or I really get bored of pennies sometimes. Because my books are pretty much full of what I need, even upgrades. Every now and then I get upgrades, but it's still a cool thing to do. And going over, you might find, everybody hopes to find new wide AMs, so do I. The close AMs, the 92s, especially the 92D. Now there was 2 found this last year by one of our members of the community. And, they're a little bit more valuable. You're not going to get rich off them, but for a penny that you got for 1 penny, and the white AM's worth like $5, $10, depending on the condition. Yeah, I would say it's worth taking out of the box or looking for. But if you guys get the books, Strike It Rich is one of them, made by Ken Potter and Brian Allen. And this has all the modern change that we use today, from memorials on up. And it goes all the way to dollars and stuff like that. And then the other book is, the Cherry Picker's Guide. They got 2 books. You got, and then there are different issues, but you got the pennies to the dimes or nickels or something like that. And then the next book covers like quarters to the dollars. And that goes into the older money that we are not in, well, they're still circulated, but they're not, they're not modern. Like wheat pennies. Those books are good for the wheat pennies. And then there's a couple other channels out there. I think it's JB Coins and whatever that has lists that you can look up online. And same thing with when coming to errors as well would be, they got a couple web pages there. I'm not going to get into detail, but just want to let you know, complete, that's what I got. This is for Ty's Coins to show them that I do get an average of 12 pennies for a box still. And hell, Liz and MPG tore it up on 2 boxes. But it still became like an average box of wheat pennies, if you divide it 2. But they did pretty good on the hunt. Like I said, they're just looking for the 2009s. I think MPG got a 2018 roll, uncirculated. 2019s are out. They're down in the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania area. But by the time the 2019s reach me, they'll be all cruddy anyways. But it'll be about June or July, even though they came up, they're already out. It takes for a while to come up to our area. And like I said, always try to pull out. I don't keep the zincs because they're never going to last. If I'm building a book, then I go through a box and find out the ones I need. I did find 2 D coins from Shields that I donated out of my collection. I still need like 3 or 4 more to fill that book back up. But I did find 2 memorials, a 2013 D, I'm sorry, Shield, 2013 D and something else, 2010 D. Like I said, the Ds are harder for me to get, so we got to go. And that's all there was for Ds on it. And fortunately, they were in really good shape. I try not to use fillers for my penny book because I'm trying to keep it at a good grade, like very good, very fine, or AU. I got a few BUs in there, but that's only because, I bought them and shit like that, and I just put them in the book. Matter of fact, I'll show you my book. Since we got time, making this a long video. Anyways, 1909 to 1958. This is all just wheat pennies. This is the Warman's book. I can't afford or waste my money on those good books. But the best I can get, and like I said, I upgrade when I find a coin. But that's all the wheat pennies I'm missing out of this book. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and 15. 15 coins. And of course, the other 2 sections of wheats are full. And like I said, when you get to the newer stuff, there's a BU right there. There's a BU right there. You get to the newer coins or later years, they'll be in a little bit better shape. Well, at least you hope they are. And then Canadian cents. Of course, I don't need the 1952, but I'm only lacking 2, 4, 5 coins to fill this book. And there's a proof. That's a proof. Proof and a couple BUs, Canadians. And they ended in 2012. So the hard ones are the lower mintages. There's only 1,000 made of this 25. There's only 2,000 made of the 1930. So those 2 are going to be the toughest for me to get. So more than likely, I'm going to have to buy them. You know, you can't find everything in coin rolling, and you don't expect to get rich. You might get lucky, like I said. And then this is the newest book. It goes up to 2014, and there's a 92D I need. What is that? 89? Yeah, 89D and a 2002D and a 2012D. So 4 more coins to refill this book up with some nice shinies. Those are memorial shields. Stepping back, I will skip to the beginning. These were my mother's books, and every time I found a wheat penny, or my sister would, we would give her a wheat penny to put in a collection. And I finally, she passed away, and I took it over and started filling her book up. And they're not they're not super AU condition. They're, more like good, very, very good condition. But that's what sometimes you'll find just in your pocket change. And like I said, these are the books that she was working on. This one's is full. Well, no, I haven't bothered looking for the 70S small date. Because you don't really get 70S dates in your penny rolls, but when I do, it's usually a large date. So someday I'll get that one. There's no hurry. I do have the 60 small date, first date. So, nice steel pennies. I had a little bit of help putting more coins in this book from SJ. I got some from Ray Hepburn up in Canada. Yeah, he had American wheat pennies, and he was gladly helping me out. I had some help with lemon head penny. I bought some to start getting the rare dates. So those are all good channels, and everybody wants to help each other out. Also, Penny Queen, I apologize, but I haven't been feeling good. I almost went to the emergency room today, or yesterday, today, last night. I'm having serious pains, and I'm hoping it'll subside, but I'm a stubborn guy, and I don't like freaking doctors, and emergency care is just expensive. Going in for emergency. And then they usually tell you, go home, call a doctor over the weekend, or call a doctor when Monday comes around and get an appointment, which takes 2 to 3 weeks to get an appointment. You got to be dying for them to do anything. And 9 times out of 10, they won't. They won't. Half the time, they won't give you pain medication or anything like that because they I don't know. It's just federal government's crunched on them, so whatever. So they try to give you something that doesn't work for pain. So I don't know, enough about me. Anyways, everybody have a good day. I'm going to try to, this is going to be one of my first edited, I got to splice them together. It's not really edited because I'm not going to cut anything out. Unless there's a cuss word, I might be able to, but most of my cussing years are a little bit mild. At least PG-13. So, yeah, everybody have a great weekend. Oldies out.